Hello there. Hi. It's me, Atomic Gift Shop. Just I didn't actually get the camera set up for this, but well, if we need to, we will. If we need to, we will. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I see good levels. I see the music playing. I'm not hearing the music, which is kind of part of why I'm sounding a little out of sorts, maybe. Checking my OBS settings. That is set to monitor and output, so yes, I should be hearing it. And desktop audio, yeah. Yeah, not sure. Not sure why I'm not hearing it in my headphones. So I might not hear boxes. Might I hear alert boxes? I might not. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Um, anyway, I hope you have had a good week. And I hope your week coming up is going to be a good one too. Not exactly sure what I'm doing today. I thought I might do a bit of pixel painting. I feel like I need a new emote, so maybe I'll start with that and move on to things. So let me transition. Okay, I guess I have to click the button. There we go. Now we did. Now we did it. Now we did. Now we did. Now we did it. We are. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. Cool. Anyway, let's double check check on the phone and see if we actually are streaming with audio and music and everything. Because I believe I am. I hear the music. I hear my voice. So we are good. We're good. Hey, Bug Boy was a bad boy. How is it going? Welcome in. Glad to see you here. I'm just kind of getting slowly started and easing into it a bit. You could say I'm a bit early today. Although it's, it's still rather late in the morning. For me, 10:04 a.m. Ba-ba. Extra half-bite mode. Hello, Gray Pilgrim. Welcome in. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. Glad you're able to catch a stream. I'm not sure what I'm doing today. I have a couple ideas, but one of which involves 3D modeling, which, is not the most exciting things to watch sometimes. But I've been playing with this PyDPainter program a lot lately, on stream at least. And this is like Deluxe Paint from the Amiga days. It's a Python recreation of it. So, I'm currently working at a, how we're up to 4K and 8K displays. Well, I'm at 320 by 256. And that's not 1,000. That's just pixels. So, I have a couple of let me draw something on the screen so you can have something. So that is a pixel. That is the size of a pixel. Of course, on my monitor, it's made up by several pixels, I'm sure. There it is without the any kind of overlay to kind of emulate the CRT display. So that's just what it would look like on a regular on your LCD flat panel. There's what it looked like on a TV with scan lines, and there's what it looked like, same thing except without the scan lines. At least that's the idea. Things blend together a little better. Yeah, I remember us having. It's like I think I had DPaint at some point in the past. I may have it at some point in the future, but I don't know. But I had a program called Free Paint, which was a clone of that. And a lot of these icons are the same. I don't think the animation stuff works in this version of it anyway. But yeah. What I like this fill tool. I can just go and let go, and I have a shape. I don't have to draw a lasso selection and then fill it with something. It's just very immediate and very gratifying. I've always enjoyed that way of working, and I have missed it at times. I'm sure there are other things out there other programs out there that do that. And yeah, the lasso tool in Illustrator works that way too, sort of. And that's a cloud, if you can't tell. I know the colors are off. A cloud or a turd cloud. Let's blue it up a bit. We'll make this white. Oh, not saturated. There we go. Oops, wrong one. I reviewed the keyboard shortcuts a bit earlier today, just playing around trying to find them, and I think I don't know that I'll remember them, but I did learn them a bit. So that is a very crappy lopsided cloud. I thought it was a Bigfoot's foot. Yeah, I could see that. And if I right click, here's my color swatches over here. I mean, a lot of this is like Photoshop. Photoshop probably took a lot of inspiration from this, I don't know. But, or maybe it's just they all kind of came out of the same thought process. So I have a foreground and a background color. My foreground color I can draw with my right mouse button. Sorry, my left mouse button. My right mouse button does the background color that I have selected. And whatever is black is actually transparent. So if I could also, so that's kind of acting as an erase. If I right click over on there, it opens up that, and I'm not wanting to. I'm wanting to right click on that, left click on that, right click, draw that. Now I've erased that part in the middle. Other thing like Photoshop is the J command swaps to a background layer. And that's not, hey Stevie Seal, welcome in. I'm just waffling on about paint prep packages and whatever. In Photoshop, the J command will duplicate a layer and make a new layer. In here, it swaps between foreground and background, or there's basically two layers, a foreground and a background, and I forget how they all work together sometimes, but it gives you a little extra working. Otherwise, there are no layers. And with this one, the undo is more than one level. I think probably in the original it was only undo one, but we have work to do. Sort of. I don't know where anything is. Here's some of the stuff I did before. And it crashed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, alright then. Now let's open it up again. And we won't load. Let's do 32. What? Nah. We'll do 16 and make good use of them. How about that? How are things in the UK? Like I said, I did spend some time fiddling about with the keyboard shortcut, so I do now know how to get rid of that border temporarily. Anyway, I need a hype icon. I don't have a hype icon. I know I started one the last time Stevie was in. Let me change my screen format to... No, let's not. Because I can't set it to square aspect ratio. I think I do have... Let me... I think I'm toggling something to go between square pixels and rectangle pixels. Maybe not. I know that's an option in this package, in this recreation. I just want to make sure that I am since I'm going to use this outside of the program, I want to make sure I have the settings correct. Resize page, no. Make default. I don't see it. Select whether pixels are square or rectangle. Okay, I'm doing that, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh well. We'll ignore it for now. Here, it's been extremely nice weather. It's been warm today. We had a heat wave this past week, and it was, got over 100, I think. So that would be over 35 C, or over 37 C? I don't know exactly how that conversion works. But yeah, pretty warm, but then it finally cooled off around Friday. We had a bit of a scare on Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday, we had a, yeah, I think it was Wednesday. We had the park that's near where I live, near the house, had a bit of a brush fire going. It burned about 10 acres, but luckily they were able to get on it quickly and contain it, or at least prevent it from spreading to buildings and such. So today it's cooler. This is so exciting. I know. Look at this black screen that's been there for minutes at a time. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the waffling about. I mean, this is all waffle. There's a YouTube channel I sometimes watch called Steve Knows. It's about VR headsets and stuff, VR stuff, and I love your picture of a black cat on a black night. Thanks, man. But his thing is that's enough. He'll like start with a preamble for the show, and it's like, that's enough chin waggling. Let's get started. And I'm thinking, your entire show is chin waggling. You're just showing pictures in front of it when you're talking about the whole thing. So, because he narrates everything. It's not a dramatization or anything. Hope. That's not what that's something I need, and we all need, but I was actually going for hype, so a little Freudian slip there, perhaps. Could be worse. Could be much, much worse. Wah! Could morph it from one to the other. Hype. That's a bit. I think the H is too big. The H is too big. So I'm gonna make a brush out of it. I don't remember the keyboard shortcut for it, so I'm going to bring my menu up. Size. I want to have it horizontal, so Shift X. No, I don't want to double it. I want to have it. I can't have it horizontal. I can double it vertical, and then have it to effectively get the same thing. Let me erase all that. I was working on something yesterday at work, which is a fun place to do the work. And it was just kind of using conditional formatting to show or not show something, and it took me a very long time to figure out the logic of how to do all the different things I needed to do to get it to work right. It's a huge H. Oh, wait. What the program are you using? Pity Smile, how's it going? This is PyDPainter, as it says on the top of the screen. So it's a Python recreation of Deluxe Paint. And welcome in. Yep, retro painting. That's it. It's a huge color palette of 16 colors. I don't work at NASA, and it's not my birthday, no matter what Blocker says. And Chair Bear is in. Hello. It's good to see you. The beautiful and talented Chair Bear. Guess your summer's winding down? Well, if it was Macintosh, it would probably be black and white back then. Which is still kind of weird to think of. You know, I'm not hearing anything in my headphones. So if there is an alert, I probably won't hear it, because I don't hear the background music, but I know it's going out because I listened to it on the stream. I want to change to this. Did I ever have a Commodore? Yes. Yes, I did. My first... The Amiga was a Commodore. That was the company name. My first computer was a Commodore 128. Which I was hoping for a Commodore 64, but I got a 128 for my birthday and was very happy about that. I was like, the manual is this thick! This is how cool this computer is! But I, outgrew that in a couple of years, few years. Then I got an Amiga 500 used. Then I abandoned my Commodore 128 at my friend's house for, no good reason. Then my next computer was an Amiga 1000, so I kind of went backwards there, sort of. I don't know exactly why. And then I got an Amiga 600. Again, kind of going backwards. I mean, the 1000 was the original model, and the Amiga 600 was kind of like an Amiga 500 with a smaller keyboard and a little more price reduced, but it also had some other new features like a PCM CIA slot, so you could, and a hard drive, and you could put a hard drive on it, which I didn't have at the time. Yeah. It felt newer. But originally, the 600 was designed to be the 300 and was supposed to be, more like the Commodore 64 replacement. My understanding now. And then I eventually got an Amiga 1200, which I still have. And unfortunately, I bricked a few years ago trying to replace the capacitors. But, it's still probably fixable. I just didn't have the, I ran out of willpower at that moment. Well, you don't remember any of those names or models. Well, the Amiga 600 is the one that I lent or gave to you. Yeah, that's one I gave to you, and then I found somebody to sell it to, and I sold it to them, and I never got the money because, I fell for a scam. I, shipped it across the country, and he didn't want to do cash on delivery. So I learned a lesson there. Well, so maybe I owe you $60. Will not count interest adjusted for inflation. But yeah, that was a bummer. Yes, I am. I'm trying to make an emote. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I mean, I know technically what I'm doing. Artistically, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing around right now. And Chair Bear is fantastic at making emotes. I don't have a hype emote. I don't have a heart emote. There are a couple other emotive emotes that I would like to put together at some point. Designing an Amiga game titles screen, yeah. Interestingly enough, there are people, several people making new Amiga games. I don't know if any of them are doing it on stream. Oh, these colors, it could almost be... Actually, let me... Here we go. There we go. Now we have some CGA colors going on. Somebody has actually made a Scorpion game engine for the Amiga, so you can develop games for the Amiga more easily now. And there are people going back and like making remakes of the proper ports of the games that weren't properly ported back in the day. But yeah, the whole I was Commodore and Amiga all the way up until 1996. So I generally just disliked the color palette of the CGA era PC. Yeah. So I had a job, so I was able to save up for the Amiga 500. I paid for that one out of my own for myself. Most money I had at one time in my pocket when I bought that thing off somebody at that point. Actually, I think I put it in my shoe because I was, you know, in case somewhere in the in case I got waylaid or something, I don't know. It's not like I was in any place where that kind of mugging happens. And I will refrain from singing Sweet Home. Although it's playing in my head now, thanks. Yeah, at some point I also need to see the UK. That'd be cool. Hooray, Scion, everything! Is this software really old? It looks kind of weird. This is a new version of old software. It's a recreation of old software. But there are some things that I like about it. So us old guys are reminiscing. I want high-res Mario Paint. But the software has a few tricks up its sleeve that modern programs don't. Like I can You may have seen this, but if I can set a range of this, looks like they already did. There are limited colors. Each one of these slots in this palette, I can change the color in each slot, and it will change the color on the canvas, because these are basically buckets. But you can link them together and make a range, and then you can do something like I can draw with the color cycling turned on. And what that does is that shift the colors in the buckets, because I set the buckets into a range. And then when I hit the tab button, it'll cycle through the colors. And you can see there's another color range set there too, because that's also changing. I don't know that I want to do that or not, a hype like that. But it gives me something to do and talk about, so that's a thing. Another thing this program has, let me switch to the background layer, is it has a symmetry that's pretty cool. So I can, oh, I have it on fill. I thought I turned it off of fill. Oh, anyway. We'll go to these horrible colors that I dislike so much, but I'm still using for some reason. Let's see. This was used a lot to make. This was used to make a lot of the art in old video games. This program. Not this particular feature, of course, because limited reasons or limited uses. Let me clear that. But yeah, a lot of the old computer games, even for like the non-Amiga computers, was made with this program. Or with Deluxe Paint, with DPaint. Some version of it. I don't know exactly which version this one's aiming to recreate. But it has some cool features if you're doing game art. So like this one in particular I just found. Like I don't know if I ever really right-clicked on this menu before today, or this feature, but in Symmetry there's a tile mode. But I can set a tile, and now I have a tile brush. So if I want to make a... I don't want to be on that mode anymore. Air color mode. If I wanted to make a seamless tiling texture for a game, I could do that. Or I guess just the background in this case, but then I could cut it out as a brush. So yeah, that's the other thing, is you basically you can cut out a brush, and it's kind of like a clone stamp tool, only it just picks it up and paints it. So high-res Mario Paint. And with a brush, I can change the mode from matte to color, and then I can paint with my custom brush. Ooh. So yeah, it's a weird thing by today's standards. It's like I didn't clip that out right. Oh, I have grid turned on, that's why it's snapping. Maybe it should have been. That's the one. Undo. Bingo. Get ready. Fight. Yeah. Very bloody. Anyway. Anyway. Back to the hype. Let's turn off that. And see, there is a way to do stencil, make. Can I pick a color here? I can lock that color. And lock that color. Let me invert it. And I'll use this. I'll hit make. I'm not used to using the stencil tool, so I'm experimenting. Actually, that did what I wanted it to do, but I want to remake the stencil. Stencil, make. Let's see, let me mark that as well. So I'm only painting in the blue. Pipe. It's a classic. I like the Bomberman game. Yeah. Bomberman's fun. Good multiplayer game. Let me change the size of this. This is like the airbrush tool. It's like a stipple, stencil, airbrush tool thing. Alright. So I'm getting some shading going on here. And I want to also do some more deeper shading, I guess. This is not the color it's going to be, but it's the color I'm painting it on right now. Oops, did not want to do that. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'm... Like I said, I'm a little at a loss as to what to do today. I can get back to painting that model, the robot. I did do a clear coat on him today. So I can pull out the paints and pull out the camera and continue with that. So you say like the old crap graphics, but there's some good graphics too. But it does, you know, it does give you, it does force you to have limitations. So you are correct with that. Copy to boom. And dun 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 dun. And I don't want that to be that color. I will. I do tend to work much more colorful, with a much more colorful palette when I do stuff on this program. Okay, I'm going to change the stencil now. Free! It didn't look like it freed it. Let's do this. And let's change that to something lighter. Oh, thanks. That's okay. I say, with the certain computers, particularly the IBM compatibles, with their 4-color color palette, That's kind of what I was mocking before with the cyan and the pink. Yeah. At the time, I would have said those were crappy graphics too. But you know, there are some really, really talented artists who could make the most out of the stuff. Me, I'm just playing around. I learned a few things here and there. As you can see, this is pretty jagged, but we can do stuff to... Let me turn off my stencil. There's a keyboard command for that. Keyboard shortcut. It's... If you're going to be doing stuff on the computer, it's good to learn the keyboard shortcuts. If you're doing stuff on a tablet, that's kind of hard, I guess. Let's see. What was I going to do? It was something with... Oh, I was going to try to do some, like, basic anti-aliasing. To kind of make it look like it smooths out. So you put similar colors next to the edges to kind of blend them together so they don't look quite as jagged. So this is manual anti-aliasing in this point. We're removing the aliasing. There's one thing I did not like about the Amiga even later in its life was the fonts often looked very aliased if you were just doing screen graphics, which, you know, for the beginning of the World Wide Web was kind of annoying. So as you can see, that blue is a bit too bright, but you can see it kind of smooths that out so it doesn't look as jagged. That's the trick with anti-aliasing. I did not do a very good job setting up this color palette to do this. It's just kind of a mess. But I think you get the idea. I hope. I don't know for sure. But yeah. The other technique that was kind of important, I felt, or one of the things I learned at the time was, let me move down to this area. I was basically just adding the highlights and frames on boxes and stuff. Of course, that was kind of the style of the time. Hello? What am I doing? I'm on matte mode, which is not what I wanted, I guess. Do I have that back on? No? Yeah? I'm wondering why I'm not drawing anything. Stencil... free. I don't know what the free does. Clear. Make. Free. Okay, I don't have the stencil icon up top. Okay. Alright. Don't know what that was all about. Maybe I just can't use the line tool? Or I can't draw when I'm zoomed in? That's weird. What's going on with that? I don't know. That's strange. Oh, there we go. So they just didn't have the brush. I may have accidentally created a brush. Anyway, sorry. My first computer I bought in '04 was a CRT. Over some of the resolutions of those old CRT monitors. Depends on how old. It's like... Oh, I don't want to get into it. So... it's a regular television at about 400 to 480 scan lines, so like each one of these would be a line. So typically your TV would be 640 by 480 or 740 by 486, depending on the particular of the video standard, blah blah blah. Sometimes pixels were not exactly square on some of the computers and stuff. But they eventually, they had CRTs up to at least 720p, if not 1080p. I think they had 1080p, or 1080i at least, I being interlaced. And we're getting into another technical discussion here. Like this... Yeah, this isn't quite right. But you can, this kind of simulates a screen having the different scan lines on a computer screen. And with NTSC TV, if your regular video was 60 fields per second, and a field is every other line, so it would flicker between one set of lines and the others. So the computer monitors were typically progressive, meaning they just drew one line, then they drew the next line, then they drew the next line, all the way down the screen. Whereas with interlace, which is what your TV was, it would draw one line, then skip a line. Or actually, yeah, it would do that, and then it'd come back later, 60th of a second later, and fill in all of the odd or the even lines. So because of that, the pictures moved more smoothly. That's why people would say, like, watching 60 frames per second looks like a soap opera, because soap operas were shot on video, and they moved super smoothly because they were doing it at 60 fields per second, whereas your computer monitor... But the downside of the interlacing was it made things look blurry. So, yeah. Or in the flickery. It was much easier to read text on a progressive scan screen. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Techno jargon, babble, babble. The ones with the Commodores would have been 640 by 480 or 640 by 400 at most. But the actual display would... Well, like if I go to the picture mode here, you can see the highest I can do is 640 by 512. 512 would be what was available with PAL in Europe, the European video standard. And VGA was off, yeah. Often, what you would have had on your computer would have been 1024 by 768, or maybe 1248 by whatever the other thing is. What the heck is PAL? Like I said, we have the North American Television Standard Committee, and PAL is, I don't remember what the acronym stands for, but that's the video standard in the UK and other parts of the world, some other parts of the world. NTSC was America and Japan, and PAL was other parts of the world that were under British influence. I have a lot of useless knowledge in my head, so... It's not entirely useless, but, what relevance is this now? We have digital broadcasting, NTSC ran at 60 hertz because our electrical grid runs on 60 hertz, whereas PAL runs at 50 hertz, so that's why their video system ran at 50 hertz. So we have NTSC running at 30 frames per second and PAL running at 25 frames per second. Unless you're talking interlacing, in which case it's 60 and 50. But that's also why some video games would play faster on NTSC machines than they would on a PAL machine, and why you can see, if you're used to 60 frames per second, you can see a flicker on the PAL displays that they probably don't, because they're not used to it. That's why they have you working at NASA. Okay, so there's our TV history lesson for today. I hope this is actually helpful in some way, artistically, knowing limitations and appreciating some old techniques. Were the old TV arcade machines TV sets or monitors? It probably varies, but they're similar. Yes, I know. There are, I'm sure, plenty of things you could talk about that I am very out of touch with that would sound like a foreign language to me as well. So we're all just different places on the path of life. So this is a really slow working. The thing is, I don't even really like this hype, but I'm having fun at least. So there's that. Feel like I should bring up some good pixel art. I'm gonna try loading something. I don't think it'll work because it hasn't worked in the past, or at least the last thing I tried to load didn't work. Actually, maybe I'll just bring this over. I'll load it up in Photoshop. Because Photoshop can still open IFF pictures. Can your emotes be animated? Yes. I can have one animated emote at my current level. So here's an example of a pixel. This one looks like it's probably been digitized. That would be my guess. But maybe not. Maybe digitized and touched up. Cycles, that's not gonna... No, let's see. Yeah, hit tab to cycle. That's not gonna do anything in Photoshop. Yeah, that also looks like it was digitized. What I should do is I should do an image search. You really liked the hype emote when I first animated it. Oh, that was just the color cycling. And I can... there isn't a super easy way to get that animation out, but I can simply just take a bunch of screenshots and stitch it together. That's the easy way. Let's move that up. Fix that. Whoops. Got to get my regular brush. Let's see what happens when I do this. You can see I painted one of the colors from the other range. If I hit the palette again, you can see I have a couple different ranges set. And can I clear that? I gotta be able to clear that. Yeah, now I don't have a range. Now I don't have a speed. Okay. The hype emote should definitely be animated. Yeah, I agree. But I also want to have a dancing emote, you know? So that's the... I can't have two at my current level. And yeah, I am aware that English is kind of fun in that all language, I guess, is the same. It's like you get specialized terminology that just doesn't translate to other situations. It is like a sub-language within a language. And interestingly enough, if it's common enough, you can do some basic communication with people who don't even speak your language. Like I know when I went to a video convention thing, and one of my friends was talking about, he was talking to a Japanese guy, and it's like, Japanese guy didn't speak English, and my friend didn't speak Japanese, but they both spoke the same, they could communicate about the particular product because it was just talking about the specifications. Like the music, like a techno river dance. Oh, that's what's playing now? Cool. Again, I can't hear it for some reason. I don't know why. My audio's not... I don't have a monitoring. Let's add some roughness to that. Kinda like that. That kind of gives it a wood grain type of look. Just that one little tiny area. Anyway, I'm getting bored with this. Let me do something weird. I mean, I could just have it moving up and down. Not really great with the colors. But hey, I can do it, and I can change it later if I want, right? Right. Right. But what do I want to do? What I was thinking of doing was switching to this, right-clicking on that, making it the fill type to be wrap, and then I can draw my shape and hopefully get something usable out of it. Of course, with this few colors and this low resolution, it's kind of hard to know what you're doing. Alright, you get these really chunky transitions. Hype! That might work. That won't. Yep. Funny thing is, like, back in the day, if I were to do this particular thing, just as fill, actually I'll make sure I'm in solid mode. If I were to do this, it wouldn't be instant. It would take a long time, and you would see each line being filled in. You have made... How many emotes have you made, Chairbear? You think? I'm guessing dozens, if not hundreds. I have an idea. 173. Wow. Yeah, I've not made that many, and the ones I have made have generally been just photographs, or just, yeah. And I made about 10 since you're close enough. Close enough. Okay, let's try. I have an idea. I have a cunning plan. I didn't say that right. This is where I'm thinking four-dimensionally and it's not easy. Okay. Now let's I'll click on this, copy that to there. And we will copy that to there. Then we'll copy that to there. And we'll copy it to there. And we'll copy it to there. And we'll copy it to there. We'll copy it to there. And that last one, nope. That last one I think is a problem. Yes, that last one was a problem, so I'm gonna undo that. No, not everything. Just there. 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 And there. And then this one I want to make a little bit lighter. Not sure I like it to be cyan though. Let's change that to be more gray. More blue-gray. Does anyone have any idea what I'm doing? Trying to do with this? Oh, that's a... Yeah, Chair Bear is awesome. Emotes. Sort of making a gradient. But what I'm actually doing is setting a range. Let me load this. To give a glint. What do you use for 3D? Cool. I've dabbled with Maya. that color there and edit it. You're such a backseat gamer. Yeah, it's very different from when I was coming up. I didn't mean to do those two, or that, or I did. Did that just do something that I didn't want to do? I think it did. Is there a redo? Oh well. Yeah, it did what I thought it did. It somehow undid the masking. Or this, whatchamacallit, stencil. I think that's a bug. Or I hit the button to turn it on and off. That might have been what happened. No. Let's pick this color here. So that means I need to pick up with this one here, and we'll just redo the last bit we did. Stencil, make. Everything is stenciled except for that one color, which is what I want. And this. Be there. Then we do this one here. And then this one here. Nope. That one there. I kind of want to do the same thing with the other, although the comment about it not being colorful enough is also a very valid one. It's the Arctic hype. YouTube is the free school for everyone. So I learned a lot of, well, how I learned, learned a fair bit of, and most of my 3D learning was probably done either via tutorials in magazines, tutorials in books. I bought some video series, and at one point I had my wisdom teeth out, and part of my recovery was just watching tutorials on VHS tape. I was spent doing that. Let's see, I kind of want to do a similar transition thing on this hype stuff, on the blue part. But maybe I'll just do a different color. Let me increase my color palette, if I can. We'll double it to 64. Bum 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 bum. It's like, what are... I mean, my store colors are yellow and black, mostly. Cool. Be right back. Man, I wish I could hear the audio. In fact, I think I should bring up a Twitch window so I can see if anything gets overlaid. Or does that show up in... No, that would show up in OBS. So I should at least see the preview of that. Alright. Let me switch to the other layer. We will make something completely different. Not completely different. What is he saying? What does this mean? What does any of this mean? Oh, that's a deep cut. I don't know if anyone would get that. We'll give it a big, explodey hype. Splash. Needs to be bigger. No, it was much less culturally important than Red Dwarf. I've covered my body in complete nonsense, gibberish. Is that a Red Dwarf quote? I don't recall that one, but it doesn't mean much. Kinda gonna do the same thing I did with the glint, but this time it's gonna be with a splash. Rimmer was cheating. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I think I want this to be a bit closer. He had to throw his own birthday parties? That's the quote I remember from the first episode. He was the most unpopular man on board this ship. Only I can't do the accent. He had to throw his own surprise birthday parties. No, what I was quoting was from... what is it? Oh, Thumb Wars. Which... I doubt most people would remember if they even saw it. Let's do some color palette work then. We do a range from there to there. Yeah, my wife has it on DVD. I think I watched through it on that, and I did watch it on PBS some of the time. Not as much. Sorry, concentrating on colors. How do I get a yellow? I know how to get a yellow. Red and green. Now let's do a range from there to there. Sorry, a spread from there to there. Oh man, I overwrote the one I did before. Anyway, well, let's just do that then. Range from there to there. Alright, now switch back over to here. I will, not the grid, I want to cut a brush. Flip back over to this. We will put this on top. You're remembering the Star Wars. The animated, let's see, I have DVDs, even the stinky movies. Okay. Yeah, this has, basically it has two layers you can flip between. And there's a way to layer one on top of the other and, or combine them. I don't, it's been a while since I'm not entirely fluid with this. I think I want to do the same with similar light swipe with the front, except the shading's gonna throw it off. Let me turn that off. I don't want to be too stroby. This chair bear says that there are rules about that. Can't be too stroby. Oh, what the heck? We'll just make a third range from there to there. And we already have the things in it, so I'm just gonna ignore the I don't know that I ever used the stencil back in the day, but I'm certainly using it now. I want this color, all of these colors here. These are all the colors I want to not stencil. I want to not paint over. So I'm going to invert that. And now I can make. Alright. So we'll start with this one. And we'll. Nope, not that. Do that. And we'll do that. Get rid of all of our fancy shading. Go away, fancy shading. Go away. And this is going to be a bit of a big jump. Did I go into the purple? Let me check my palette. Dink. Yep. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. And then the bottom one will be this one. like so much is happening, you can't tell what's going on. Alright, so let's, this is the color I think I want the base color to be. So, copy to there, and copy to there, and then we'll do a spread. And then we'll change one of these to be the lighter one. There's some overlapping that's going on that I don't like. That's flashing on its own, I feel. So let's... I think the easiest way to figure that out is to just change the colors so that they are distinct. Okay. I will pick this color here, and I will make sure to catch all the stuff here. And then I will look at chat to see if I've missed anything. Six per second, I think, is the rule. You say that's for strobing, right? Question is, does this count as 6 per second? Whatever. If they decide that it doesn't meet their standards, they will tell me. It's all of them. I don't have the ability to just you know. 6 flashers per second. Yeah, let me fix the color first. Copy to there, and then not rain, not. Spread. Spread from there to there. That's not exactly what I want to do. Probably still too much. This... Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. No wonder. Can I do separate? Yeah, that's just on the one. I think if I make this more subtle, it'll be less flashy. Sorry, I have like 3 different things going on, and they're all doing different speeds, which is not great. Let's do 14, 14, 14, 13. And then I play the palette, and then it like messes things up again. Color shifting is more like bringing strobe effects issue. I just have a little bit of repair to do. Okay. I want to play with the one thing on this. If I make that. Like that. And we range to there. No, I didn't want to range to there. I wanted to spread to there. I wanted to undo. Range from there to there. Copy to there. Spread there. Closer. Yeah, sorry, 6 flashers and Persians. Must be in Soho. Apparently it's not the Apple Watch she wanted. But yeah, background does look better now. I just need to fix the stuff that messed up with the stencil. Which is gonna be fun. Could be worse, could be worse. I'll just draw in that. Unless that's this. Let me check this. Yeah. So I need to draw in that. Okay. Then I need to draw in with this. Then I need to draw in with this. And we'll go halfway up. I don't know if that's accurate or not. See how that looks. And then there's one last bit down there that needs reworked. Fire, fire, fire! The Beheader! Welcome in, Milo. Just put this little emote in the gift shop and we're good to go. No, we're not done yet. We are not done yet. This is taking a long time. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm having a good time chatting with y'all. Greetings and salutations. Sup? I want to do a, I don't know if I want to do a border around this or just a shadow. Let me make this darker. Or not, I could make it absurdly green so I can see what I'm doing. Howdy, how do my cats and rats always find a way to find new keyboard shortcuts? It's something sometimes when you hit a keyboard shortcut and you just don't remember, or you don't know how you got there. Alright, well, I'm going to use this green. So this is something that I should have done had I known I needed to do this. This is something that I should have done before I combined these two layers together. How are things in Canada? Did your real estate stuff get all settled? The blocker is in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Subblocker. We're working on hype today. We're doing a very slow, very slow emote building process. It's not too bad. It's just... I didn't really have a plan for what to do today, so I've just been, as you might say, waffling. Canada is crumbling. Stay away from Canada. Well, unfortunately, I can't stay too far away from Canada. Canada is closer than California to me. No, don't do that. Undo. We'll live with it. At least I think it is. I think it's about a 5-hour drive to get to Vancouver. Stevie is a good waffler. Yes, he is. And he acts all over. China. We are starting to call it China. He did have an op. They passed a law and now we can't share news related to content links on Facebook. Oof. Can't have a peaceful protest. Can't share links. No, that's not what I want to do. That keyboard shortcut doesn't work. Let's fix that. And I hope that fixed that. Getting close to done, I think. Yeah, I heard that. That does get kind of scary at that point, where you're with those types of protests and the response to that. This is not going to stay green, by the way. I'm just doing that so I can see what I'm... more easily see what I'm doing. And I am drawing with a mouse. Man, I wish you could hear the music. I've been doing this for a while, and I still haven't gotten to the habit of actually saying the things that pop up in chat. So, the beheader was talking about the censorship in Canada, and Zablocker said, "Oh, green, just rolling one." And Stevie Seal said, "Thought I heard a squeak." And I don't know what that was in reference to. They also started to weaken property laws, like here in UC, they weakened the law by allowing cities to expropriate on their own evaluation of a fair price of your land. Yeah. What was it? Eminent. Oh, okay, that gotcha, Stevie. It was a joke about drawing with a mouse, a squeaky mouse. And not one of Pity's rats. Yeah. The eminent domain taking over property. That has happened here as well. Well, he mentioned having rats earlier in the chat, so I figured he might. Unless that was you who was having trouble with keyboard shortcuts. Which I don't think it was. Bum, 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 bum. There's like this one little corner of this here that is using a different color from everything else. Unless it's from this. With no anti-aliasing of any kind. Been keeping for 28 years, just got 2 new ones. Property rights are the basis of a foundation of a free society. Yeah. You can't own property, man. I can, because I'm not a poor hippie. Futurama. all comes back to Stevie's exes. Just kidding. If I can, I will leave. Buy a sailboat and just sculpt on a paradise island somewhere where no one is gonna have a grip on me. And unfortunately, we kind of need to be around other people for supplies and such. You can cut off a lot of contact. There are a couple of really small island nations. Although, then again, you still have government of some kind. Did I do that on the other ones? I didn't. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Alright, let's zoom out and play with the color of that. Because I'm thinking it should be a relative of this one, so I'll copy that. So I'll start with it and I'll turn it down. That, I think... and we'll do it. Let me turn off. I have a couple of sparkles specks in there. That's okay with me. I'm gonna turn off the scan lines, but I will keep the blur effect on. I'm gonna let that run for a bit. That's sick as the F word misspelled, is what the blocker wants to say. Okay, relative uncle. Let me see, did I miss something? Previous girlfriend. Laughing my butt off, Dana. I said something funny, apparently. Well, apparently, if I can leave, if I buy a sailboat, yeah. I read that part. The blocker, just need a long Ethernet cable for the internet. Yeah, that, you can't stream without, although Starlink now, that's covering most of the world, and there are some other things coming up. Stevie Skills, Smile, Skynet, relative uncle. I don't remember where the relative come from, but yes, relative. That looks great, Dana. Thank you, Chair Bear. That looks amazing, my nephew says. I use a site that you can drag and drop your GIF or ping to preview how it looks in Twitch, if you like. That sounds like that would be very helpful. I think you can paste links in my chat. I don't think I have that blocked completely. If I do, you can whisper it to me, I guess. I think that's enough. Actually, no. I'm recording this, so I'll just clip the video from it at some point. There it is. applic.dev/inspect/twitch-elements. Thank you very much for that. I'm gonna bookmark that and put it in my streaming links. Done. Okay, cool. There you go. So it is 11:41. Need to figure out something else to do. So I want to fix my 3D printer, but I don't think I will do that today on stream. And I might not do it today at all, just because. Oh, let me show you a picture of it, and you'll see. Hi, pipe. Okay, I should save this. Not that I can load things at the moment, but save as. I'll just hit save. IP mode. Users, Dana Berman. Save. I'll do a save as. a PNG as well. ILBM. Hopefully one of these will work. The spaceship I did recently, for some reason, I couldn't load it up again. Stupid data! But you never know till it's in chat. Yeah, they're so small. It's hard to get something that... I mean, it's easy to make an emote that doesn't work. Let's see. No, it wouldn't be in pictures. It would be in this other folder in the cameras stuff. Photos? No. The camera uploads. And I'll see if I can find a pic to demonstrate what it is that is the issue. Basically, I had a print fail. And then it failed fairly late into the print, and then it got picked up and globbed around the heat block. So it's like the heat block is completely encased in plastic. So it'd be easiest to work on if I could, you know, I have the printer screwed down so things are straight, so it's not easy to maneuver. So it's yep, it's been that way for a few weeks now. I just haven't had the energy to address it. So this is the bed is down here, so now we're looking from right to left. And here's where the heating element goes into the heat block. So if there was a way to easily take it off, I would, but I think I'll have to undo the wiring all the way back around the harness to the back of the printer to just free that one piece. I don't know. Unless I just get in there and like an auto mechanic, lay down on my back and just kind of chip away at things. You missed my lecture earlier today about video standards across the world. Well, across the UK and the US anyway. I did not cry. I felt more like crying after I recapped my Amiga 1200 and turned it on, and it did not turn back on. Because, you know, this printer, I wouldn't mind getting rid of it and replacing it. Because it's... Oh, wow. I don't know that it matters, but I just realized... I have not started captions. Oh, well. There you go. Now, if you happen to be wanting the captions, you can use them. Now that we've been streaming for how long? 1,002 hours and 3 minutes. Now that's how much space I have left. Oh well, it tells me somewhere. Oh well, it tells me somewhere. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. It's like I have the headphones plugged in, but I can hear the sound coming out of the speaker. Lainey, hello. Welcome in. Mute that. I'm just looking off to the side. Sorry about that. Let's see. How do I get back to creator dashboard? And then... yeah, I think that'll work. Nope, stream manager. That's what I want. There we go. So here's my upcoming hype emote. Theoretically. Now that I've saved it, I can clear this out and start over with something else. Oh, I had the background color set to that. Looking good. Hype, hype, hype. Well, I have... Let's see. Did I cry? Ouch. Definitely would have cried then. Yeah. I think, you know, there's amount. I'm not an electronics expert, and I know I lifted a trace and I tried to bodge a wire to take care of that, but I just kind of, it didn't turn on. I just kind of packed it up and put it away. Why, thank you. So unfortunately, with the animation mode not being enabled in this, I'm not going to do a anim in this program. But yeah, not a NASA engineer. I don't work at NASA. I didn't do any troubleshooting to try to figure out where the issue may have been. Like, I didn't check to see if power was getting to different parts of the board, so I just packed it up and figured I would tackle it maybe some other day, and that might be something I stream at some point. I know, you love so many things. Well, they do need somebody to get coffee, I guess. Show screen format. Quit. I just kind of want to start over completely. Show page. Page preview. What is that? I don't know what that is. I want to do something that has a bit more. I guess that's what it would look like at 200%, 200 scale. I don't know. I mean, there's anti-aliasing going on there, so I don't know. Don't know what page preview is. Page... I guess you can set the page to be larger than your resolution? Try that. So I could possibly do square things. Yeah, how about that? Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna quit just so I can get a fresh palette and all that stuff. What are you going to draw next? I don't know. You'd be ahead of flight as well. What are you going to do? Oh, an octopus with a donut in each tentacle. Just like print preview. It's just showing you what it looks like. It's a magic eye at the minute. A Homer puss. Cool. Laughy, laughy. Laughy, laughy, laughy. And, that sounds like... You know what? I might, take a quick break here since I've been going for about an hour and 50 minutes. I can see the stat now. So I will go get some more coffee and some water. And I could draw an atomic NASA spaceship logo. Loving you reading your comments out. Ooh, that's the one. I should make up voices for each of you. So let's see. I will switch over to my be right back and run an ad, and we'll be right back. Hello, my name is Dana. I will go on break now. I like when the artist reads the comments. My voice would have to mumble a bit and talk pretty quick. My voice would have to mumble a bit. I have to talk pretty quick. I don't have the accent for that. You know, just sorry. All right. We're back. And you're looking for dinner. Thank you for stopping in, Chair Bear. I was afraid. Hello, mate. Ads. Cake time. Attack! The, inside jokes. I'm gonna stop streaming in about a half hour, I think. So, I don't want to get too into anything else. I was gonna possibly get into painting that model. I did give it a clear coat today. But I think we'll just keep this all on the screen today. And go back to what we were doing, only with a bit more speed. And I'll probably ignore all of the great suggestions in chat about all of the things I could do. I don't know, just kidding. But an octopus, man. Having to draw 8 tentacles? I mean, I can do the brush thing, so that's what I should have done in the first place the last time I did an octopus, so maybe I should redo it just so I could do that again. But I don't know, man. I want PyDPainter. And PyDPainter. Bleep. Here we go. We got this back up and running. Zoom, 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 zoom. Change color. Use color. Default. That's all I had to do was do the default color. Posture check. It's terrible. Hydrate. I'm drinking. Stretch. I should. A horse riding a human. Or Dana's space logo. squeak, squeak. Screen format. Ooh, I can do 256 colors out of 16 million. Let's go back to our old school. 4,096 colors, 32 color palette with extra half bright mode. So 64 colors total, although half of those are reduced from the first half. There's the hydrate. And the stretch. Ah. Color palette. You can see me stretch my neck there, the little puppet. What am I drinking? I have a coffee in one hand and a Mountain Dew in the other. Although, technically they're not in my hands, they're on either side of me at the desk. And the coffee has a lot of creamer, it's caramel flavor, so, you know, I have a sweet tooth. And the, can I make my head spin 360 degrees? In which direction? I could, but I'm not going to do it live on stream. And if you're talking about, you know, so the chin is pointing up top when it's at 180 degrees, then yes, that would be fairly simple. If you're talking about seeing the back of the head, that would require generating new artwork. Let's start with the pink. Actually, that's me thinking. That's the sound of me thinking. Order 8. Is that gonna do what I think I need it to do? Cyclic. No, that's not turned on. That's why. Clear. One, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's 8. Here at Atomic Gift Shops, we handcraft all of our digital art, one stroke at a time. I'm glad you like the music. I think I like it too. I just can't hear it. That's my complaint. I couldn't get the audio, the audio monitoring to work this morning, and I don't know why. So, if somebody does happen to raid in, I might not hear it. Oh yeah, that's the emote from the Camp Chaos session, which I need to remove. I don't need to, but I'm going to. I did not come up with that one. That probably clashes with the music you can't hear. Was a Kylie fan. Okay. I don't know what's going on about that. Are you talking about what I'm drawing? Or the music? Is there other music playing that I'm not aware of? Then that's music that is playing that I am not aware of. So I don't know what's going on with that then. 'Cause the music I'm playing should be... See my graphics over there? It's... Should be all from the Dark Fantasy Studio stuff. I will let you know. Ha 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 ha. I didn't know Dana was a Kylie fan. It looks very different to your normal style. Makes sense. Stevie thinks you have the voice of Kylie. Kylie Mignon, I don't know how to say the name is in the music. Definitely not. He also thinks you're pretty like her. Ha 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 ha. Nope. So, as far as I know, this is the music that's playing. So, if I get a copyright strike for Dark Fantasy Studio music, oh well. I'm just hoping I'm being entertaining, that's all. It's like, yeah, like I said, I don't hear the music at all, so it's like I'm like singing myself. And it might be clashing completely. Wow, I didn't know my voice was that deep. Alright, so I need to turn this... Nope, I don't... Not quite yet. I wasn't going to indulge the blocker's little requests, because he's always making so many crazy requests, but... Since I have a technique that will work for this, I may as well use it. You can see it doesn't really do so well on these other ones. Now I can turn this off. Actually, what I should do is I should just do one here. I'm just going to put that off to the side. Now I'm going to jump to the other page. We'll do that. We'll jump to the other page. We'll clean up, get rid of all this extra stuff. And we will clean it up. I'm not even changing the color palette on this one. At least not yet. Didn't want to do that. I feel like I've had some caffeine. Eli says, meow, Dana. Meow, meow. Welcome. Welcome to the donut. I will change the colors. I will do it after all. Let's see, we are at 12:08. I have something I need to do to be there by 1. So I will probably stop here, like I said, at 12:30. My time. To be what, 8 your time? Hello, Kit Kat! How are you? I'm doing well. Always nice to have a Kit Kat in the house. I've had a little recent injection of caffeine, so I'm feeling a bit, a little more expressive. Let's make this more donut-y. And we'll copy that color to here. We'll turn that down. With the vibrance a little bit. And what's this other color? Where's the other color? Can I move that? I can. I can move that. So that would be this color here. Yeah. Wanted this one to be lighter. I suppose I could make it with pink icing on it. What am I doing? Yay! Hi. How does Kit Kat speak? I mentioned something about replaying the chat with people's voices. With making up voices for the commenters, but I kinda don't want to do that. But a certain Zablocker asked for an octopus with donuts. But, I'm not very confident in my ability to make a decent female voice, so I kinda don't want to try. Hey, gee whiz, in the house. Such a lovely house. Coming to the end of the stream. Alright, so that's off. Does that need to be back on again? Do I need to do this? 'Cause that looks like it's sitting on top. Yes, we will do some extra edits in here. We are playing with a program called PyDPainter. It is a recreation of DPaint on the Amiga. And I guess it was available for Windows as well. Or not Windows, but PC as well. That looks like it's more integrated, I think. Maybe if we put a little bit of shading on this side too. Looks really crunchy around some of these edges. And I got the Mario Brothers theme song in my head. Onion ring. Onion rings. Hey, give her a nice manly voice then, like Stevie. Ha ha ha, a man voice. It'll just sound like you have a cold. What's up? Easy, bro. I'm baked. It's me, Daniel. And... Alright. Turn that off. So Blocker asked for his usual insanity. Doesn't that make any sense? Sorry, man. He's just coming up with fun ideas for drawing suggestions. And Chairbearer said an Atomic Gift Shop version of the NASA logo, I think. But I don't think I'm up for that at the moment. Happy days. Let's see if I can do this in such a way as to not make it obvious. I don't think I can. I think it'll just be very clear what's going on. Not a very good one even. Not even a very good one. But then again, who knows? I like there to be a bit of a surprise in what I'm doing for these things. So if I'm working in an obfuscating way, that's why. If you can't tell exactly what's going on. Probably a better way to do that. Octo Donuts. Happy days. Ah. Yes. Sorry, just laughing at myself. That shouldn't be there. Okay, screw it. And by it, I mean the obfuscation. In my art room, Homer the Octonaut. It is what you asked for, so it's kind of hard to hide that, I suppose. Do. Dope! Matte graining. Signature in the ear. What'll really bake your noodle later is, would that have fallen if I hadn't told you that it would? It is, lol. Spider-Man! Spider-Pig does whatever a Spider-Pig does. I love Homer, ha 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 ha. I think it's going to flash. No, I'm not doing a flashing thing on this one. We don't need to see Homer flashing. I think there is a dark line around the mouth, too, isn't there? Ooh. One nice thing with this PyDPainter is he did update the... He did bring in some modern features into the program, which is nice. Just lovely. We wouldn't have had back in the day. Like, I can use my middle mouse button to pan around and zoom in and out. Which, there was no middle mouse button back in the day. And there's certainly not a mouse wheel on the Amiga. I should probably look at some reference for that, but you're gonna get what you get, because that's what I'm gonna give you. It's recognizable, so it's close enough. Give me a little smile. The proportions are not quite right there. This is like the off-brand Homer. I think it's going to... Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Watch out, he's the spider pig. Love it. Ah, yes, and this part down here can go. Can go. Bing, 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 bing. Spider pig does whatever a spider pig does. This is a rather happy Homer. Hello, Mr. Homer. He took acid. Stevie Seal. This is looking like he's bursting out from it. Which is not quite what I was going for, but, you know. I just have to figure out a transition somehow. The yellow and the pink don't exactly go together very well. Of course, the octopus doesn't have to be pink, I suppose. I don't think I've ever seen a pink octopus. It's looking a little more Homer-like. A little bit. Dang it, phone's gonna die. See y'alls later. Bye, G-Wiz. Thanks for stopping in, I appreciate it. Don't! That looks better. That's more Homer-like. Oh no, I'm bald! Not the worst version of Homer I've done. Probably one of the better ones. Gee whiz, no! Give it CPR, though. Dope! CPR, dope! Not bad from memory, though. A little young. The more I look at it, the less I like it. Question is, though, how do we, again, tie these two together, I think, is the trick. OctoHomer. Of course, because I used the version I did of the kaleidoscopy thing, the shadows are kind of wrong on a lot of them.
Yay, the circus!
Sorry. What if I did this, just to kind of, as a kind of intermediate, blending the areas together? I feel like it needs some... just some dithering. Clickety click 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 click. I don't know that that looks less like him bursting through. Looks good. Thank you, Kit Kat. Looks trippy. Yes, it does. I have been known to make trippy pictures. Let's see if we can't fix this. Because there's so few pixels, it has a hard time figuring out how to rotate things. I think we will call that one done. Let me move the pointer off his face. So there's your Homer octopus holding donuts. Could be better, of course. But hey, limited time and all. Hail Hydra, whatever. Yeah. Will it cycle? Apparently I did use some colors that are on the cycling thing. Thank you, Zablocker. Thank you, Stevie. Now it's real trippy, right? Yeah. So I did not do that intentionally. But like I said, the palette was set up for it. Now I must save it. Save, 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 save. Where's OctoHomer? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. OctoHomer. Save it. Do a save as. Make it a PNG because that's more common. So good, so epic. It blew my mind. Alright, let's see if I can actually load. Open. Nope, can't load things. So, let's see. Is anybody up on streaming just yet? Yes, Billy and Babel, Genuine Vision, Games with Death, Toilet After Dark, The Free Heathen. I am stretching, even though I was not prompted to. So, yeah, I figure I would just switch over to this full screen puppet thing because I don't have anything on my desktop to show at the moment. I could promote my Discord, I suppose. Exclamation point Discord to keep the and of course, you know, I have I don't know, most of you know about it anyway. Ooh, thank you, Zablocker. I could have done that, I suppose. I'm such not pro streamer. But let me behold the preview render of the Vic B1 bot. As was my original idea for the color scheme. And I like it, so. That is a bit of an approximation. That's the 3D object, 3D model rendered. I'm just kind of seeing if I can go. Well, it's already 12:30, and yeah, I should be going. So, thank you all very much for hanging out. Is Andy up? I don't know that Andy's up. He usually starts at 9, right? So. No results found. Well, I don't know that I've done. We'll go to Toilet After Dark. Talent After Dark. Thank you for showing up, you guys. Thanks for chatting. Thank you. You're welcome, Bug Boy and Stevie and whoever else. Thank me for streaming. I appreciate it. Hey, looks like a light bulb. And it does. You're not wrong there. I don't know that I've ever... Have I? I think I may have gone raided into Toilet After Dark. Dutchie is on. Dutchie. Dry Dutchie. Dry Dutch guy. Playing Baldur's Gate 3. Alrighty. We'll raid over to him. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for... Pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side. I have a feeling that's a reference to something. Alright. Well, I will see you over there. Take care.
Hello there. Can't stay, gotta go, don't worry. Thank you very much. Have a good day, man. Yeah, we're still gonna kill the paladins, don't worry. Right now, don't worry about the lot.